President Rodrigo Roa Duterte has given assurances that mitigating measures and contingency plans will...
Welcome to Live in the Philippines News. I'm BobbieD. Today's headline: the Philippines responds to the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
The palace joins the country and the entire world in praying for an early and peaceful resolution to the conflict in Ukraine. We reiterate the position of the Philippines that war benefits no one and that it exacts a tragic, bloody toll on the lives of innocent men, women, and children in the areas of conflict. The conflict in Ukraine has economic, trade, and human resource implications for our country and for our people. As we monitor the current situation, every Filipino has the right to know what the government is doing to prepare for any eventuality. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte has given assurances that mitigating measures and contingency plans will be in place as part of the government's proactive response to the conflict in Ukraine. For this reason, the President convened yesterday, March 1, 2022. Several members of his cabinet, along with top officials of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, and other high-ranking officials to discuss possible scenarios should the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict continue and escalate. In this regard, the President has approved the recommendations of his economic team to strengthen our domestic economy, stabilize food prices, provide social protection, and explore diplomatic channels to help resolve the conflict. As to food stability, the Chief Executive approved the recommendations of the Department of Agriculture to boost local food production. Kasama na rito ang pagpapataas ng produksyon ng pagkain sa pamamagitan ng pagpapatupad ng Plant Part 2. Pagpapataas ng rice buffer stock na hindi bababa sa 30 araw. Pamamahagi ng tulong pinansyal sa ating mga nagsasaka ng palay at pagtugon sa tumataas na presyo ng abono o pataba. Tulad ng pagbibigay ng fertilizer subsidy at market access through bilateral discussions sa fertilizer-producing countries. Inaprubahan din ng Pangulo ang rekomendasyon ng Department of Agriculture sa pamamahagi ng fuel discount vouchers sa mga magsasaka at mga mangingisda bilang tugon sa tumataas na presyo ng langis. Ang pagpapalago ng produksyon at pagpapaigting ng pananaliksik upang ibsan ang presyo ng feeds at pagbibigay ng logistical support gaya ng food mobilization mula sa mga lalawigang mataas ang produksyon papunta sa mga syudad sa pamamagitan ng Kadiwa ni Ani at Kita, pag-deploy ng Kadiwa mobile vans at trucks at subsidiya sa transportation cost ng mga pangunahing bilihin. Kung kinakailangan, nakahanda ang pamahalaan na isakatuparan ang implementasyon ng price control law. We shall likewise continue talks with our partners and heighten negotiations with non-traditional partners to address threats to agricultural exports while improving our digital agricultural infrastructure and systems. On the supply of oil, the President approved the recommendations of the Department of Energy to implement the 2.5 billion Pantawid Pasada and the 500 million fuel discount program for farmers and fisherfolk. The DOE will continue to monitor the sufficiency in supply and quality and will make sure there will be no short selling. For the medium term, we call on Congress to review the oil deregulation law particularly provisions on unbundling the price and the inclusion of the minimum inventory requirements in the law, as well as giving the government intervention powers or authority to intervene when there is a spike and or prolonged increase of prices of oil products. Also, part of our medium-term measures are building of the strategic petroleum reserve infrastructure, ensuring minimum inventory requirements, and advocating for energy conservation and efficiency. The President further approved the recommendations of the Department of Trade and Industry to accelerate renewable energy adoption, support investments in utility-scale battery storage to maximize utilization of renewable energy sources, support investments in modern storage facilities for oil and grains to increase within the border holding capacity, and empower the private sector to help in strategic stockpiling. Meanwhile, the AFP and the PNP gave assurances that our troops and our military and police assets stand ready and that they have respective contingencies prepared for any developments. In conclusion, we appeal for an immediate end to the unnecessary loss of life and call on the states involved to forge an accord that can help prevent a conflagration that could engulf a world still struggling to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. The course of history, the fate of our world, will be shaped by the decisions that will be made by its leaders. We are one in prayer, together with all peace-loving citizens, that they be guided by wisdom and a genuine desire to save lives, establish harmony among neighboring nations, and forge a just and lasting peace for humanity.
Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any update coming from Live in the Philippines News. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Hey, don't forget, check out some of our other cool videos.
And if you like the video, hit the subscribe button.